Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers recap for Monday, December 2, reveals that Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. pushed Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, to tear up the LLC papers and get rid of his toxic relationship with Hope Lovin, Annika Noel. Carter understood what Ridge was asking of him, but he refused to accept the second chance Ridge was offering. Although Ridge was turning Hope into a scapegoat, Carter insisted this was his decision, one that he made willingly while clear-headed. Ridge reiterated that Hope was using Carter, but Carter argued that she loved him instead. After Ridge ranted about Carter throwing away their friendship and his whole life for Hope, Carter suggested that Ridge blamed a Logan when anything went wrong. According to Carter, it was something Ridge learned from his mother. Ridge pointed out that Katie Logan, Heather Tom, was head of the PR department and mentioned his relationship with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, too. However, Carter acted like Brooke's executive position wasn't enough and argued that Brooke made better decisions when she was running Forrester Creations. Ridge was appalled as he realized Carter legitimately believed he could run Forrester better than the Forresters themselves, but he warned that this takeover attempt failed and said it was time to pay the price. Ridge insisted Carter's name wasn't on the building and called him a lovesick puppy who's scared of waking up alone. After Ridge said he'd already moved on, he declared that Carter was fired and not welcome there anymore. Ridge told Carter to get out of his office, out of the building and out of his life. Once Carter walked out the door, he looked pensive and frustrated in the corridor. At the cabin on Monday's B&B episode, Hope lashed out at Brooke for going to Ridge instead of talking to her first. Now Carter could lose everything, but Brooke argued that the two of them knew the risks. Although Hope thought Carter might regret losing his friendship with Ridge, she made a prediction about Carter not regretting their relationship. Hope believed in Carter and the love they shared. Brooke was hoping Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, would come around on bringing Hope back to Forrester Creations. But that obviously wasn't going to happen after this betrayal news. Even so, Hope denied that this takeover plot was malicious and defended Carter's desire to have his ideas implemented. Brooke argued that Carter shouldn't take the rejection of his ideas personally and understood why Ridge was being cautious. However, Hope continued to defend Carter, who was doing this for all the underdogs and wouldn't stop fighting for everyone. Brooke pointed out that Ridge and Steffy were never going to trust Hope now, but Hope said maybe they wouldn't have to. Once Hope brought up the LLC paperwork, Brooke said Ridge hired another lawyer to get them out of their jam. Hope grew concerned about the consequences for Carter since he cared about Forrester Creations and was a vital part of the company. Brooke decided she'd go out on a limb and say Carter was a vital part since she expected he'd been fired by now. Hope was upset at the thought of Ridge taking away Carter's connection to Forrester and insisted that Ridge couldn't do that. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Carter and Ridge's conflict will escalate in the coming episodes, so we'll bring you updates on all the twists and turns. The Forrester estate buzzed with tension, its opulent walls echoing with whispers of scandal. The day began like any other in Los Angeles, where glitz and glamour intertwined with betrayal and heartbreak. But by sunset, alliances would crumble, friendships would fracture, and Ridge Forrester would make a decision that no one saw coming. Ridge Forrester, the patriarch of the powerful Forrester family, entered his office at Forrester Creations with an uncharacteristically grim expression. His usual commanding presence was shadowed by a storm brewing within him. He had learned something devastating, a betrayal so deep that it threatened to shake the very foundations of his life and business. Across the room, Carter Walton, the trusted COO and legal counsel of Forrester Creations, stood with a mixture of apprehension and confusion. Carter, known for his loyalty and calm demeanor, had always been Ridge's confidant, a steady hand amidst the chaos of the fashion world. But today, the air between them crackled with unspoken accusations. "Ridge," Carter began, his voice steady but tinged with concern, "you wanted to see me." Ridge didn't respond immediately. Instead, he leaned against his desk, his piercing gaze fixed on Carter. Finally, he spoke, his voice low but laced with venom. "I trusted you, Carter. You were like family to me. How could you do this? Carter's brow furrowed. Do what? Ridge, I don't understand what you're talking about. The revelation. Ridge reached into a drawer, pulled out a manila envelope, and threw it onto the desk. Photos spilled out, grainy but unmistakable. They depicted Carter in a series of compromising positions with Quinn Fuller, Ridge's former stepmother, and a woman known for her manipulative ways. Carter's face fell. He recognized the photos immediately. They were from months ago, during a time when his affair with Quinn had been a reckless but passionate secret. He thought it was behind him, a chapter closed. But here it was, resurfacing with brutal clarity. It's not what it looks like, Carter stammered, but even he knew how hollow his words sounded. Ridge laughed, a bitter, humorless sound. It's exactly what it looks like. You think I don't know? You think I didn't hear about how you betrayed Eric and this family? Carter took a step forward. Ridge, I made a mistake. I was wrong, and I've paid for it. Eric forgave Quinn. Why can't you let this go? Ridge slammed his fist on the desk. Because it's not just about Eric or Quinn. It's about trust, Carter. You betrayed this family, and you betrayed me. How can I work with someone I can't trust? The room fell silent, the weight of Ridge's words hanging heavily in the air. Carter felt his chest tighten. This wasn't just about the affair anymore. It was about his entire career, his identity, his place in the Forrester world. Ridge, you can't mean this, Carter said, his voice barely above a whisper. Oh, I mean it, Ridge replied coldly. You're fired, Carter, effective immediately. Pack your things and get out. The words hit Carter like a blow. For a moment, he was too stunned to respond. He had given years of his life to Forrester Creations, pouring his heart and soul into the company. And now, it was all being ripped away. Ridge, don't do this, Carter pleaded. I made a mistake, but I'd worked hard to prove my loyalty since then. Don't let one bad decision erase everything. But Ridge was unmoved. This isn't just about one decision. It's about who you are, Carter. And right now, I don't like what I see. As the tension reached its peak, Brooke Logan entered the office, her presence commanding attention. Brooke, Ridge's wife and the eternal voice of reason, or chaos, depending on the day, immediately sensed the hostility in the room. What's going on? Brooke asked, looking between Ridge and Carter. Carter's leaving, Ridge said simply. Leaving. Brooke's eyes widened. What are you talking about? Carter's been with this company for years. He's also been with Quinn. Ridge shot back, his words sharp. And I'm done pretending that doesn't matter. Brooke looked at Carter, her expression a mixture of shock and disappointment. Is that true? Carter nodded, unable to meet her gaze. It was a mistake, Brooke. A mistake I've tried to make right. Brooke turned back to Ridge. Ridge, firing him won't fix anything. You're letting your anger cloud your judgment. Carter has been an asset to this company, and you know it. But Ridge was resolute. This isn't up for debate, Brooke. He's out. Carter left the office in a daze, his mind racing. He knew he had made mistakes, but he never imagined it would come to this. As he packed his belongings, memories of his time at Forrester Creations flooded his mind. The triumphs, the friendships, the moments of pride. It all felt so distant now. Back in the office, Brooke confronted Ridge. You're making a mistake, Ridge. Carter has been nothing but loyal to this family since that incident. Can't you see that? Ridge shook his head. Some betrayals are too big to forgive, Brooke. And this is one of them. Meanwhile, word of Carter's firing spread quickly through the Forrester Creations halls. Employees whispered in hushed tones, speculating about what had happened and what it meant for the future of the company. Later that evening, Carter found himself at Il Giardino, nursing a glass of scotch and replaying the day's events in his mind. Just as he was about to leave, he was approached by none other than Quinn Fuller. I heard what happened, Quinn said softly, her eyes filled with regret. Carter sighed. Of course you did. Nothing stays a secret in this town. Quinn placed a hand on his arm. I'm so sorry, Carter. I never meant for any of this to happen. If there's anything I can do. As the two sat in silence, a sense of uncertainty loomed over them. Was this truly the end for Carter Walton at Forrester Creations, or would fate find a way to bring him back into the fold? Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.